Yeah, yeah. The world is so small till it ain't. Yeah, I'm building up a wall till it break. She hate it when I call and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting.
Yeah, so we're here today with Robin and Louis. Everyone probably seen a lot of Louis already, but Robin is one of our recent clients, but he is a major journey within property himself, has had some crazy experiences. How would you describe your title right now, right a minute?
Officially, I'm a bin man. so my day-to-day job is a bin man, a waste man, basically.
Right, but now the average person would say, oh, he's a bin man, but
secretly, I'm a property investor with 7 properties.
That's nuts.
That's mental, isn't it?
That is crazy.
Like the people that would just assume, oh, he's a bin man, he's probably not got any properties or whatever. Yeah. But then you were saying that you go to people, you pick people's bins up, they got 2 Range Rovers on the drive or whatever, and you're like, I've probably got more in assets and money than they do.
Yeah.
That's humble though. I think that's really humble of you. Like a lot of people who've got all properties and stuff like that, they would be showing off with their Range Rover, but like you're just still doing your day-to-day.
The most humble guy I've met.
Just still driving around in my work van, in my work clothes, collecting bins. Like I've even done the bins and rubbish for properties that I actually own.
Well, that works out perfect then, don't it?
That's because we met a while ago last year I was doing these sort of like 49 quid events where I was just getting people together to learn a bit about SA. That was when you first started in property, really.
Yeah, that's when I was roofing at the time, and then sort of when I was coming home from my day-to-day job, it was like from 6 till 12 in the morning, 12 at night, 1 in the morning. And that's when I was obviously helping you source properties for the service accommodation. So it was just coming home after work, so getting up at 6 and then coming home at say 5, half 5, and then getting straight back into property. And then what I did do, I had to just make sure I put in the time to sort of educate myself about it all. Yeah. And that was the most important bit. And then that's when we come down. I come down to your SA Mastery.
Yeah, that was mental.
That was crazy.
We met Robin there, and I remember.
So you two not met before that?
We used to work together. We were roofing together for years.
Because I had the impression you've been friends for
years. Yeah, we were friends for years. But when I kind of went down this sort of path and moved to Swindon, the property business started taking off, and I was kind of there. And Lou was working every single day and still didn't have any money left over at the end of the month. And then he was like, what are you doing?
I literally was like, Steve, what are you actually doing, mate? Like,
and then I kind of just explained it. And then I was like, you need to come, firstly, go do a course or something, or go do something that I can see you're serious. Yeah. And then you were like, and I was like, I'm going to throw this event. And then you come down to that, come down to that.
Yeah.
You were like unsure, I think. What was it that made you come?
Well, the reason I come there, because I got interested in serviced accommodation, but actually owning the property and putting it out for serviced accommodation. Yeah. So I was watching stuff on YouTube. You popped up, watched a few of your videos, and then seeing your course or what Discovery did. Yeah. And so I come along. But then you opened my eyes then to actually doing it as rent to rent.
Yeah.
Because I thought, it's a long journey to buy a property. You've got to put your offer in. Yeah. They can take 6 to 12 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then obviously there's a risk because you own it and stuff. You've got to have the right mortgage and things like that. But then you opened my eyes to rent and showed me that it actually works. So I thought, let's have a go. But I didn't dive in straight away, did I?
You came down.
Which is good because you sort of done your own due diligence on the whole thing anyway.
And then I followed you for a while, seeing what type of deals you've got. You sent me hundreds of, not hundreds, you probably sent me about 10 until I thought, this one's good. Because with me, I had my buy-to-let add-on, so I usually look for properties that need to be done up so I can add value and remortgage, or something that's perfect and ready to go. So the stuff you were showing me, I was thinking, they still not ready to go to me, but obviously you explained to me then that you get it ready to go. That's your job, and that's what you do for me. So
exactly. Well, can we go back to because obviously you before you met me and Louis, you were doing You had your own properties. What was the first property you bought? How did it come about?
Well, obviously the first one I bought is the one I lived in.
Yeah.
And then I bought that in 2009. And obviously you build up equity.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you can borrow that equity.
And pull it out.
And pull it out and use it to buy more properties. So I got a friend called Jamie Higgs from Canyon Properties.
Yeah.
I knew he was into property and stuff. But the one day I watched this YouTube channel thing and he was on Winners on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it turned out like he was a property millionaire and he had a load of properties. So I was like, oh. So I just thought he had one that he rents on the side for a bit of extra cash. Like. So I phoned him up straight away, like got all the advice. Hey, did you do it? And basically he follows a principle called buy, refurbish, refinance. So you buy a property cheap, you refurbish it, and then you refinance it at the higher value and pull the money back out. And then you rent it out. You know, the customer or the tenant covers the mortgage plus a little bit left over, and then you're going to benefit from the capital appreciation of the property. So I started speaking to him all the time. Hey, did you do it? Did you do it? And then it turned out he's got a sourcing company. So he sourced one for me that turned out to be an absolute nightmare, to be honest, but he helped me through that. In the end, the lady messed about a lot. It's not his fault, it's not my fault, but she messed about a lot, and in the end she pulled out. I lost, a little bit of cash on that, but then he helped me find another one. And then that one was a little bit of a nightmare in the beginning, but then it pulled through.
Wow.
And then he's just always guided me through any other property I've been interested in, anything to do with tenants, builders, electricians, tenancy agreements.
Well, this is what I mean. I think it's so important with people that are, like, you see people doing well, a lot of people will just go, oh, they're doing well, whatever. It mustn't be real or whatever. Whereas I think people with the right mindset will reach out and be like, how are you doing this? Like, I want to do it. Like, show me. And that's the difference.
What I've noticed with other businesses is people compete against each other. Nobody shares their secrets. But the main secret of property is having a power team. So, you've got to have a good solicitor, you've got to have a good estate agent behind, a good letting agent, a good builder. And then other investors are willing to share that with you. So they can join your power team, you join theirs, and everything you've got goes to them. And everyone works together in property. I've never known a business like it. Just anyone with anything to do with property wants to connect with each other.
So you bought, the deal sourced property, that one didn't work out. You then got another property. What was the figures on that? How did it work?
Right, so it was 2 flats on 2 separate titles. One was a freehold downstairs, one was a leasehold upstairs. It was 42 grand per flat. I think all in with buying fees, solicitors fees, all the building work and everything, in the end I spent about 40 grand. So that's like 122 in, is it? And then they were revalued, the both flats, at 205.
So you managed to put, so it was 205, so did you refinance?
So I refinanced.
75% out?
So I pulled out 75% of 205, that's just call it 150.
150.
So that's all my money back, plus a bit extra. And then the mortgage on the bottom one is 350 a month. No, sorry, 250 a month, but the rent is 650 a month.
Nice.
And then the upstairs flat, the mortgage is 350 a month, but the rent is 750 a month. So I make £800
off those two
flats.
Wow. That's crazy. And then, so you then took that, and I bet after that, how did you feel? I bet you was
I thought I was just going to be a billionaire by Christmas.
You would though, wouldn't you?
I thought this is easy.
What have I been doing?
Money.
How did you make the money to start with though? Because you had your own business and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was a fabricator welder.
That wasn't, because you was telling me on the way here.
Because I was a subcontractor, you have to work like 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week to make good money. And I'm talking, you could easily make like 2.5 grand a week, but it's just horrible working all the time and you don't see your family. So like my nickname at work was Sick Note. I work a Saturday and Sunday, and you'll clear about £1 grand after tax for that. And then I'd bring in sick on Monday. Or I'd have a good run at work, have a good 6 weeks in work, and then I wouldn't go to work for a week. My nickname was Sick Note. But I did get fed up with that life. But then
you started a business though.
Yeah. So COVID hit, and at the time I was self-employed subcontractor in Avonmouth Dock. Went down there, and it was when COVID hit, and all the ships come in from across the world, and you go on and do repairs. And they said, because of COVID, you're not allowed on or off a ship. I said, so what do we do then? And they were like, so there was like 40 of us just jumped in our cars, grabbed our tools and drove off. And then a couple of days later, I had a phone call to go and work down Port Talbot Steelworks. And then I was there a couple of days, and they brought in the same. So they said, unless you're actually an employee of Tata Steel, you need to leave site. And I was like, long for. So
you got no security. That was it.
So basically, I went home, had a day or two off, and then I just decided I need to do something. So I pressure washed my garden, cut the grass, painted the fence and stuff like that. Put a photo on Facebook, like. And then somebody said, "Oh, can you come and do mine? And I'll chuck you £100." I was like, "I'm not doing nothing else." So I started doing gardening for a little bit.
That's crazy.
I already had a van from the fabrication and welding things, and then I met a guy because I took some rubbish from a customer's garden and some scrap. I took to the scrap yard, and then a mate of mine said, like, you should get into rubbish, like it's really good money at the moment. The tip's closed, or the tip's going to be closing, and there's just going to be a mad rush for rubbish. So I literally applied for a waste license and a scrap license online, took seconds, got it, and then I was official. He threw me a load of jobs because he was busy as well.
So you had the van, you were ready to go?
Yeah, I was ready to go. And then literally within a week, I was working like from 7 in the morning till 6 at night, straight away. Like, and then I had a little yard where we park a van and sort through the rubbish and stuff. And then I had my brother and my cousin working with me. And it was just great, like, but it was while the tip was closed, because they just closed it, like, and then they reopened it and it was appointments only. But it was just a mad rush. But I've been doing rubbish now for like 4 years. So like, am I a waste man or a property investor?
It's hard, I don't know. It's like, but you enjoy what you do, I guess.
Yeah, enjoy what I do.
Because you meet a lot of people with it, I suppose.
Because a lot of my customers, when I tell them I'm actually a property investor, they're really shocked because I turn up, you know, in a tracksuit.
I've come with you. I went down to meet him today, and he took me round on your bin route, didn't you? And we went and picked up rubbish all around Newport, and you showed me it, and it was like everyone was so friendly. They knew everything. You know, it's lovely. And you were done by like, what was it, one, and you'd made like 200 grand or whatever.
Don't tell me.
50 quid. It's all right.
I don't work hard, I work smart. So when I first started,
it was a graft though. The route you was doing, it was crazy.
When I first started, a job would come in, I'd book it in. Another job would come in, I'd book it in, book it in, book it in, book it in, book it in. So then I'm zigzagging all across Newport all day. And then I started to think, right, if it's in Malpas, my area, I'll do it first thing. Next area 10, next area 11, next area 12, next area 1. So whenever I start work now, I just do like a loop of Newport.
Yeah.
And I'm not zigzagging back and forth. I'm quite crafty because I know which areas are busy at what times and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I accept bank transfer. So I don't see none of my customers. Well, I do see some, but most of them I just pull up, chuck their rubbish in the van, message them to say how much, and they'll pay by transfer and I'm off. So I work really smart. So what used to take me like 7-8 hours to do, now takes me like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the same amount of work, but just condensed by working smart.
At what point did you buy that? When was it on that journey of going from COVID to no business, then doing the gardening and doing the rubbish, and now where did you buy that first property? The 2 flats. When was that?
I think. But it was 4 years ago, so 2021.
That's about COVID time now, isn't it?
Just after COVID.
over. So it was after.
When was COVID? 2020?
Yeah.
So 2021 is when I purchased it. I'm sure COVID was about 2 years, wasn't it? Was it?
God, feels like it.
No, I think it started in 2020.
Yeah,
2021 or 2.
Yeah, so it was
2022. Yeah, it was. So it was like kind of in the COVID-y bit.
Yeah.
So you
So I
got
had a lot of
that
time on my hands to go back and forth.
one.
And stuff, yeah.
And then how did the second one come about?
So the first one fell through. The second one was the flat.
Yeah.
Then the third one, it was basically a house in Pontypridd.
Yeah.
We thought it was worth about 180, and it was ready to go. I had that one sourced for me as well by a guy called Ryan Eastley and Seabram, Eastley Estates. Basically, when I viewed the property, in my head, I thought it was worth like 180. There wasn't much we could do to add value because it was mint, absolutely mint. But the guy said, I'm not going to take anything less than 145 because that's what I paid for it. So I said, how long have you lived here? And he said 12 years, and I thought, deal. Like,
Well, on
it's
average,
made to have got
that's what they say. It's like, on average, they said property doubles every 10 years. So you'll say he's lived there for
The
12
only
years.
problem with a new build, I didn't mention
It was a new build.
It was a new build.
Right,
They sort of.
So he paid a little bit, he paid a premium to begin
Yeah.
with, so they're struggling to keep up. But even though, because it's over 12 years, it must have gone up a lot. How much was it worth when you bought it?
So I thought it was worth 180.
Yeah.
So when I bought it, I planned to put new carpets in and paint it, make it look a little bit nicer, get a tenant in, and then wait 6 months and refinance it.
Yeah.
But the girl who come to, what's her name? This is embarrassing. Because she's been great. Chelsea? I forgot her name. I think it's Chelsea.
What, did she come to the SA much?
No, she's from an a letting agent in Pontypridd. I can't remember her name. She does deserve a mention as well. I'll tag her later.
Comment it.
Yeah, basically, she came and she said, I told her I need a week to put some carpets in, get it. And she said, you don't need to, this is perfect. Like, you get the carpets a little clean, everything's fine, it's ready to go. Like, and I think she literally found me a tenant within a week. Like,
Wow.
And,
So they found 10, but when did you figure out how much it was worth? Because you thought it was worth 180.
so I waited 6 months and then put in for a remortgage and it come back to 05.
Wow.
So I made 60,000 on that for doing
Just buying it.
just buying
Just
it.
making it.
That's literally
crazy.
what happens when you take
That was a
risk.
lucky one.
You must have got, but you had the first one, fell through, whatever. You then got the second one, you're then making 800 quid a month and you've got your money back out plus some. Your first one, you then made 60 grand from just buying it.
Yeah.
What?
So the first,
Was your head not gone at this point?
I just thought I'm going to be a billionaire by Christmas.
I'm going to get out a t-shirt. I'm going to be a billionaire by Christmas.
Yeah.
It just seems too good to be true. Like,
It does.
Because my wife still doesn't believe
I
it.
can't
She's
believe
like,
it when you're
properties are
telling
going to fall, they're going to crash. What if your tenant burns the house down? What if they don't pay the rent? And people are like, well, we've got insurance. We're insured against them not paying. We're insured against, so we're covered everywhere. Like,
Yeah, that's the main thing, preparation.
I got really good tenants in that one as well. I got good tenants in all of them, but those ones, I'm sure she's a nurse, and then the husband's a taxi driver, and they have one child. But I know they've had another child, but I think it's a boy.
Yeah.
They have told me, I'm sure it's a boy, so they can stay in the same bedroom. So I was thinking, so I was thinking of having the attic done out.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird because the property is exactly the same size as next door, and next door is a 3-bed.
Yeah.
But mine is a 2-bed because it's a master bedroom with an ensuite, then a family bathroom, then a bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
So if I got rid of the ensuite, moved the bathroom to there,
You could have a box
it could
room.
be a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
Because next door is it? Because I viewed houses in the street, and then you can look at the square footage. They're the same size. It's the same house downstairs, and you can see it's the same size, but just plotted differently upstairs.
Yeah.
Whereas there's 3 bathrooms in that house, and it's a 2-bed. So I don't
that's mental.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, it doesn't need the extra one, does it?
No,
Really?
because downstairs there's a toilet. Well, it's not a bathroom, it's a toilet.
Yeah.
And then there's a utility cupboard. But if you took that out, the kitchen would be massive.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. And then upstairs you've got 2 bathrooms. So basically you've got an ensuite on the master bedroom, and then the person who sleeps in this bedroom's got his own bathroom because they're going to use that one.
Yeah.
So, well, makes no sense.
So then you got that one. You were renting it out again.
Yeah.
How were you managing the rents and stuff? Was it just a letting agent that you just?
So I used a letting agent to find the tenants.
Yeah. And then you managed it after.
Well, I let them manage it for a bit, but then I eventually applied for my own license.
Yeah.
And then now I'm managing them all myself. Like.
Yeah.
And is it struggle or find it alright?
It's exactly the same. So, say my tenant rings my letting agent to say there's a problem. My letting agent rings me, and then I either appoint my plumber or electrician or whatever, or they appoint one. And then they have to tell me what he said, and then I tell her it's okay. He tells him it's okay. They check with the tenant.
Yeah,
so it's a bit of a runaround.
Yeah.
So now it's easier because the tenant rings me, says there's a problem, and I can appoint someone straight away myself and give the plumber's number to the tenant or the tenant's number to the plumber, and they speak to each other. And
at least that's in a way a lot quicker as well and efficient for you, because then you're getting what's the problem's going on probably straight away, so then you can sort it out.
They can only get hold of the letting agent 9 to 5 Monday to Saturday as well.
Oh well, there you go.
So if there's a problem in the night or whatever, it's just
emergency.
easier. And I'm not paying 12% plus VAT.
Yeah.
To an agent, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends what you've. I mean, if you want to have, if you can take it on and do it, then happy days. You save that money and it's not a problem. Whereas I think some people, they don't want to have to worry about it or whatever. I suppose it is a good option, but like you say, if you can do it and you're local.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't have all gone that well, those properties.
I've had a lot of nightmares, so.
I remember you text me, I don't know when it was, can't have been last Christmas, it might have been last Christmas. You was round one house, it was all flooding, leaking. You was round another house, it was leaking or whatever. And you was like,
so
properly stressed.
those flats have had a lot of leaks.
Yeah.
So there was a leak at once, and it was coming through the bedroom window.
Yeah.
Not the bedroom window, sorry, the bedroom wall, and then leaking down the downstairs as well. So I sent someone straight out. They went up on the roof, and they said, what it is, your neighbour's roof is leaking. It's running down her beams.
Going into yours.
And because the felt is wrong or something, it's leaking into yours.
Yeah.
He said, so it's not your roof leaking, but we've spoke to her and she just said, I don't care. What? Sort of thing, because it's not leaking in her house, it's leaking into mine. So he was like, we can do it. Off the top of my head, I can't remember how much it was, about $2,000 maybe. Because basically they had to redo a whole big patch and then fill all the, I don't know roofing, fill all the gullies and stuff and do this and this.
The redirect the water, to go somewhere else.
So they renewed hers and fixed like half of her roof, fixed all the leaks, and then did a patch of mine, and then all new tiles. So it wasn't my roof leaking, but it was causing damage to my property. So I had to get it done.
She would have to do that, I'm sure.
But she was an elderly lady, no money, and just said, it's not leaking in my house, so I don't care. So I just had to get it done. And off the top of my head, I think it was about $2,000.
So the other, what was the first few properties that smashed it? What about the next one then, the third one? They can't have all gone that easy.
So the flats, it didn't go as easily as you think, because I paid a builder to do a lot of work there. So I paid him some money, he done a rip out, sent me some photos. Then like he had the boiler and the pipes done, sent me some photos. So he sent me a photo of a boiler, radiators on the wall, stuff like that. Then the electrics, sent me some photos, blah blah blah. So I just started trusting him. He wasn't a builder, he was like a project manager, and then he appoints all the builders. So anyway, I'm about 18 grand in at this point, and in my head everything's, because he's plaster a wall.
Smoothly.
Plaster a wall, send me a picture of a plastered wall, put new doors on, sending me pictures of doors anyway. So the one day I rings him, I said, I need to go down to the flats and take some measurements. He said, what for? I said, for my mortgage. He said, I can take them for you. I said, no, I want to go down and like have a look at the flats and all that. Anyway, next thing I know, he's blocked me. So I'm panicking. I'm panicking. But I managed to get a key anyway off somebody else who had a key. I go there, mate. No. So like, he's told me he's replastered the flats, and there's like one wall replastered and a picture of that, isn't it? The rest of the flat's not replastered.
Oh no.
So he's taking pictures of radiators on walls, but they're not piped in. They're just put on the wall. Yeah. So we worked it out, because there was a lot of work done, and there was a lot of materials bought and stuff. I think he bought more materials than he needed and used them for other places because there's no way, it just wasn't there. Like,
Do
you know what I mean? And things like, he told me they had to take a wall down and rebuild it and restud it and blah, blah, blah. But from the bathroom I could see and look through to the studs and they're still rotten wood. So it wasn't done like, and the floors weren't left, just all sorts of stuff. And we got the pen and paper, writ everything down, what it should have cost. And it worked out, he done me for like $6,000.
So did you bother chasing or?
Yeah, I tried, but he sent the police on me and done me for harassment. And he said I can only go through a solicitor. So I've got 5 years to do it, I think. I haven't got around to it, but I need to go to the small claims court thing, yeah. Because I did report it to the police because I thought it was theft or fraud. Yeah. But they said it's a
civil matter.
Yeah, but how is it a civil matter when he's an official business?
Because it's the company. It's,
you know, because like if Argos ripped me off or Tesco's ripped me off, is that a civil matter?
It would, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Still, yeah. Because
that's the bad thing about it. Really,
it is bad, and it should be more.
I threatened him with the police and stuff like that, and the person who introduced me to him, he tried to help me out, and we got the pen and paper, and like he owes me $6,000 basically, and he sent me emails and stuff, and agreed to pay me the $6,000 if I wait 3 months because he got a property deal going through. So I left him alone for 3 months, and then I'm contacting him for my money.
He said harassment.
And then he set the police on me. And
they can go the other way around, because if you get the builder, now this has happened before because I've seen it when we was roofing, right? If the customer gets the builder go and do a load of work, the builder sometimes they'll just fork out they'll front the cost or the materials or whatever and crack on with the job. Now if the customer decides not to pay them and says I'm not paying you, but the work's already done, if the builder goes in there and starts taking it all away, that's criminal damage.
Yeah.
But the only way to they can't do anything, it's a civil matter. They have to go to the court, even though that the customer's basically got them to do all the work, and now if they try and take it back, it's criminal damage.
So I
haven't got round to go into the small claims court, but I am going to.
You're going to?
Yeah, I'm going to have it.
That's the message to the builder who's coming.
We agreed that he owes me $6,000.
Yeah.
But I've spoken to not a solicitor, but somebody who's like
advice bureau or whatever.
Yeah, the citizen advice bureau, and somebody else who's like a solicitor, but they're into reclaiming and stuff. And they said we can do it for like loss of rent, because the property was just empty an extra 6 months because I had to get money from somewhere to get it all done.
God.
So there's like loss of rent, loss of earnings to me, stress and
all
stress
that.
and all that.
Undue stress and all that.
And it's a nice bill of $20,000. Like, so, but I'm not greedy. He owes me $6,000. I want my $6,000.
Yeah. How would you, if someone was watching and they picked up the keys to their 2 flats and they were about to do the refurb, how would you avoid that situation?
Go there every day.
Go
there every day, yeah. So after that one, I bought the one that didn't need any work, and then I bought another house which is round the corner from me. Yeah. Like literally exactly the same house.
You showed me that one, yeah.
Yeah, I think I took you there, didn't I? We didn't go in, I just showed you the outside.
Showed me the outside, yeah.
So that one I bought for 180, and we spent 20 grand. The guy who's working on it, his name's Paul Aid, and he's a plasterer officially, but he can do anything. He can fit kitchens, bathrooms, flooring. Just give him the keys, and 6 weeks he's done, basically. He do it all. He's amazing. So, but the only reason I went there every day is because obviously I do waste. He's generating waste every day, and I'd go round, collect the waste and blah blah blah. And I bought all the materials ready for him, and they were all put at the property. And then he just done what he had to do, and then I think I paid him every couple of weeks. Just when he asked for money, I'd give him some, and when he asked for money, I'd give him some. It weren't a case of cash up front or cash at the end of the job. It's just I said when you need money, just tell me and that refurb in total with like his costs and all the stuff we bought and stuff and the carpets, new kitchen, new bathroom, everything was brand new. All the light switches, light sockets. New boiler, radiators, pipes, just everything you can imagine in that property is brand new. Yeah, nice. Like the plastering and everything. And it was like 20 grand, I think. So it was like 200 in. But we were hoping for 250 valuation. First mortgage lenders we sent there, they valued it at 210. And I was like, shit. They were like, you bought it for 180, you spent 20.
It's worth 210.
It's worth 210. Okay. So we went to another lender because for all my properties I use Harvey Bowes in Newport.
Yeah.
I speak to a lot of people there. The main person's usually Paul or Harvey or another lady, I forgot her name as well. Oh, she's going to kill me. I'll tag her later. But they've all been really helpful at the firm. I always use them for everything, every remortgage, every purchase.
Yeah, you just call them power team again.
Yeah.
Team,
and they've got experience in property development and being landlords and rentals themselves anyway. So, and not just mortgage
they get it.
Yeah, they get it because they invest themselves.
That's good.
So we sent another company round. They sort of agreed that it was worth 250, but down to the affordability of the rents and stuff like that, they would only borrow 75% of 230.
Right.
So even though it's worth 250,
they would only give you 230.
75% of 230. Yeah.
So how much would that have pulled out then? That was what?
230.
75% of 230.
172.
Yeah.
So a little bit less. So you have now money tied up in that one, but you own it and it's your property and it's just
I've got good tenants in that one as well.
Yeah.
Because they were living in a property. It was over Christmas time as well, so they needed to move out of the property they were living in and move into the my one. And it was a bit of a rush, so to get it done because of Christmas and stuff, everyone wanted to break up. So I think I'd give them the keys 2 weeks early as well, so they could move in and. So they could just have the keys and move in as
that's
they
really
want,
handy for them.
And
as well.
they've been really good tenants as well, to be honest. Like.
Yeah. And then that's not the last one, is it? Is that the last one you bought? Because don't you have a property abroad as well?
Well, the one abroad, basically, my father lived in a property in Hong Kong and he passed away, but it originally belonged to like my great grandfather.
Yeah.
So it's been in the family for like 100 years.
Yeah.
So technically it's mine. If I go and live there, I can live there and stay there because it was my dad's. But I haven't gone there for 3 years. So basically my uncle's had it renovated and his son stays there.
Yeah.
Like because he's in university, I think.
Yeah.
So he stays there like weekends, you know.
Just gets, fine.
And summer holidays, so I don't know, whatever their version of summer holidays and half terms is and stuff. So it is mine. If I go and move there and just move in, it's mine. I can live there forever for free. But I can't sell it. I can't rent it out.
Yeah.
But it's mine. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You can make that make sense.
Yeah, because that's crazy. I mean, like that journey is mad. Because not many people will have deals like that for their first properties. But I guess you had some setbacks to begin with. Like that first deal that went wrong or didn't quite happen. I guess it's no one's real fault apart from the seller. But that would have put a lot of people off. Yeah. And they would have just gone, oh, actually, maybe not.
Yeah. It made me more determined to get one done.
Yeah.
I just wasted like $6,000 trying to get that done and it didn't work out. So I need to do another one to make my money back.
Yeah.
And then another one.
But the thing
I need to give a lot of thanks to Jamie Higgs though, because every time I see a property, I phone him up.
I'm going to check him out because they sound, that's really
Jamie
good.
Higgs, Canyon Properties.
Yeah, I'm going to have
He's
a look.
got quite a few units. Like, I don't want me to say how many, but he's got quite a lot.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not sure if it's his last purchase, but I know he purchased a chip shop. And it was all, him and his granddad used to eat at that chip shop years ago.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was always his dream to buy it. And he's actually named it Charlie's, I think it's 1922. So it's called Charlie's after his granddad.
Wow.
But
that's cool.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Every property I get, I just ring him. What do you think of this one? What do you think of this one?
Yeah, he'll probably just tell you about it.
And then I'll ring Paul from Harvey Bowes, the mortgage advisors. What do you think of this one? What numbers? What sort of rates can we get? And blah, blah, blah. So
and
like,
it's easy when you've got a nice team there.
So even though I've only purchased 4 properties through him and then remortgaged 4 properties through him, I've spoke to him about hundreds.
You're looking at everybody like, what about this one? What about this one?
They're really good because they can say, oh, well, that one won't work because of this, or that flat's not suitable because it's above a shop. Or
it saves so much time because you're just like, instead of like all working out all the numbers on it and then calling someone and go, oh, it's not going to work. You're like, wasting all that time.
That one's in a flood risk area. That one's this. That one's got knotweed in the neighbour's garden. Like they know a lot of stuff. So a power team is just invaluable. Invaluable.
So with those kind of deals, so obviously buying property, it's expensive to initially buy property. You have to have money to refurb it. It's a lot of money up front sometimes, and if you don't have the kind of power team or whatever, and it can drag on for a long time, there's other strategies like rent to rent, like, which is what you're doing now with us. Rent to rent, you don't have to. There's no buying time. It doesn't. It's usually a turnaround between offer accepted and you get the keys the next Monday. So it's literally like a few days. The drawback is you don't have equity build or capital appreciation. You don't own the asset. You're just basically renting from the owner and then doing some other strategy to then make more money each month, and then you're paying the owner the bills, the electric, the rent, and then you're making a profit. What was it about that kind of caught your eye about it?
So I spoke to Jamie Higgs, and he told me that a few of his properties he turned them into serviced accommodation to dip his toe in. So he caught my interest with it.
Yeah.
So then I started looking on YouTube, just going on YouTube searching rent to rent, service accommodation.
Yeah.
And that's when I come across you guys then.
Yeah.
But service accommodation is magic, like you said, how quick it is to start up.
Yeah.
So like when I purchase a property, I'm gonna view loads, and then we get the offers in and blah blah blah. The quickest I've done one is 6 weeks, and I know they can take up to 2, 3, 4 months to do.
Yeah.
But with you, when you actually found me one that I was interested in, I think we literally day 1 you showed it to me.
Yeah.
Day 2 or 3 we signed the paperwork.
Yeah.
And by the Friday,
You paid and then we were set up.
by the Friday you had the keys.
Yeah.
Within a week you were set up.
Yeah.
Within 14 days I had not a tenant, I had a person
guest.
in there, a guest in it. I was like, what? 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And in the past it took 2 weeks for someone to accept my offer, like longer than that. Because the last house I bought in Claremont, I made offers and she turned them down, made offers and she turned them down.
Yeah.
And we were back and forth, and then eventually it was definitely a few months. Maybe I'm exaggerating if I said it was a year, but from when I first viewed the property and eventually had an offer accepted, it was about 6, 7 months, maybe a bit longer. Like.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of.
It's a long process. Like.
Yeah.
So now the reason you were able to just pay us and get us to do it, and I could just find your property and do all that, is because we've been building. We found out that basically Swindon has been such a great area. I mean, you can explain why Swindon's been good.
Yeah, so obviously you've got the developments that are going on. There's a lot of different developments that are going on all around Swindon anyway. But Panettone, they're developing a site that's under £1 billion, Honda site. And so they say that there's 8,000 contractors coming down within the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And apparently the project's 5 years, but when builders sell you a project, they give you a day, add 2 or add 3, and then you've got your day.
But we've got about 90 now properties in Swindon, but we're so far behind from what's actually needed. Because if there's 8,000 guys coming down working there,
we're still like, we need more.
And
properties,
we've got 90 properties. It's like that's probably going to do a few hundred of them, maybe.
Literally,
and there's thousands still left.
So it's a case of having to.
But why don't they stay in hotels then?
Well, they just find it better to be in a house. Like me being like a roofer before. Like if I were to go work away, like being in a hotel, and especially if you're there for like a year or something, like that can almost be quite depressing. Do you know what I mean? Sitting in a box like that. And you're eating takeaway in the room that you're like sleeping in. But like it can be quite like horrible for contractors as well. They're already doing a hard job. Do you know what I mean? So they're coming home.
They can't socialise. Like if they've got a house, so at least you can like cook and you're talking to someone and you're watching and do you know, all
it's
bit
nice.
together.
They got their own space, a bit of privacy, haven't they? But then they got a washing machine, tumble dryer,
everything they need to cook.
So they can do their own things.
But in a hotel, so they're like 50, 60, sometimes like 80 quid a night for one man to sleep in a hotel room. Whereas if they get, for example, you've got a 3-bedroom with parking in Swindon, right? Where they can sleep 6 people. They can then get 6 people in for £130 a night. Then the companies are saving way more money, and then
it's good for the contractors.
The contracts are better,
in a space
with
like that.
hotels and city centres as well, there's problems with parking and stuff, and obviously my property's got a driveway.
It's got a driveway for 2 cars, so it's perfect for them. They get a van on their car as well, whatever. But your one, so yours was a 3-bedroom property. The rent was $14.75.
Didn't we get that down?
We got it to $14.25. So we knocked off 50 quid. and then you didn't pay a deposit.
No, that was good.
Because we used a
deposit indemnity.
Tell them what a deposit indemnity is.
So deposit
indemnity deposit.
Indemnity deposit time. Yeah. So a deposit indemnity is basically a promise to say that if anything does happen to the property, then we legally have to pay the deposit. But it's just like a promise, basically saying that.
Yeah, so you're basically insuring them up to the amount. You're saying, look, the deposit's for a month's rent. By us giving it to you and you just keep it in a bank account is pointless.
Yeah.
Why don't we just keep it? We'll sign an agreement where if there's any damage or whatever, we'll put it right at the end, up to the amount of the deposit. That way, it saves money up front for you as well, right, in terms of outlaying a deposit. And then we can just crack on. You just pay the first month's rent.
Hold it in a bank account.
You had guests in there within the first 2 weeks. So you were earning money back on that first month's rent that you paid anyway.
Yeah.
You paid a sourcing fee.
Yeah, I think the sourcing fee was $3,000.
$3,000.
Yeah.
But then that is for all the effort that's gone in, because you found the property.
Yeah.
And you viewed it and all the rest of it and got it, and it, like you said.
But the thing is, for that £3,000, I didn't just get a deal. I didn't just get a property. I bought a network.
Yeah.
So you guys are my power team now, because like you're linked to estate agents, letting agents, builders, contractors. Do you know what I mean? You're linked to sources. And you obviously totally manage the property for me hands-free, which in the beginning I didn't really like the sound of, because all my properties I've always been hands-on. I know exactly what's going on and when, what's the stage. That's why I was ringing you all the time. What's this? What's that? And you were like, Rob, you don't really need to know. Just like, we're going to pay money at the end of the month. Well, obviously you wanted to know all my questions, but I was like, what's this? What's that? What's that dot above that eye? What's that question? I want to know everything. But then I did settle down.
Yeah, I didn't hear from you for a little while.
I just needed to know how it all works. Every little detail I needed to know.
And I think it was good because I quite enjoyed it, because he was asking about this and I was like saying, no, it's fine, it's handled. Like you don't have to worry about it. Like the cleaners are organised, like the property we looked after, the guys in there are fine, all the rest of it. And I guess that I mean, I guess it's different.
Basically, you found the property for me. You made the deal with the landlord. You got it all signed up. You set the property up for me. You interlinked it with your databases, because your host away app is basically a copy of, not a copy, but similar to Airbnb and Booking.com. But it also goes on them as well. And then you've got your own build team, your own repair guys, your own everything.
Doing it all for you.
I haven't had to do anything. And I was expecting to make a loss for the first month or two. I don't know
why. Do you know what? That is normal. That is very normal. And that should happen. You're right.
That's what I was expecting. Make a loss for the first 2 months and then start making money. But I think we broke even the first month.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was around £600 profit for the second month.
Yeah, it was £600-700. I remember calling you.
And then the third month was £1,200.
Yeah.
And then the fourth month was £1,600. I get paid a month behind, don't I? So November was fully booked, so that's another £1,600.
Yeah.
December's fully booked, so that's another £1,600.
Well, because I bought the numbers, we've been running it since it went live beginning of August. So we got the keys on the 1st of August. By the 15th, July. Sorry, my bad. We got the keys on the 1st of July. By the 15th, that was when the first guest went in. So you like say that 2 weeks.
Yeah.
First week gets set up, and then next week we had a guest in there.
Just looking at that, this is what I like, right? So these bookings here were on Airbnb.
Yeah.
You got direct bookings yourself, so there's no Airbnb to pay.
So this is what I'm saying. So every time we're getting a booking from Airbnb, we're paying Sam. Will you be able to put this on the screen as well so we can go through it? But with Airbnb, we're paying them their little OTA charge, 120 quid, 120 quid, 150 quid. Yeah. For what reason?
What is that? 20% or 10?
It's like they do it. It depends on the booking. So it's like 15, 16, 18%, or whatever.
So when you got a direct booking,
we got nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah.
And we're talking big bookings, 3,600 for the month, no booking charge. Do you know what I mean? And they'd have taken loads of money for that.
Yeah. So that's what I like. Because when you get a direct booking, there's none of that to pay.
Yeah, you might.
And I didn't have to because everyone says, why don't you do it yourself? Why don't you do it yourself? I don't know how to put a property on Airbnb. I don't know how to put a property on Booking.com. I haven't got thousands of contacts in the construction industry who are coming to Swindon over the next 5 years.
That's the thing is.
So it's worth me paying, because what is your fee each month?
It was 12%.
12%, yeah? So for the sake of 12%, I don't have to do anything. And let's say I did do it all myself. I'm going to have to employ people. It's going to cost me a lot more than 12%, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, say I had to have my own office, my own workers, my own receptionist answering the phone.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to cost me a lot more than that.
Yeah.
Well, so basically, you work for me.
Well, we do, and that's the thing. And that's how it works, and that's how it should work, really. If you're managing it, you shouldn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Because I haven't had no problems with that property at all. But I remember when you sent me a picture and the fence had burned in, I thought, oh no.
Yeah, you need to put a picture on that. This is the property.
Yeah.
So this is a funny story. So when we collected the keys for this property, I'd just gone on holiday, so it was down to the team to set it up, and they go and get the keys, and then they go there and they start setting it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got the typical fucking cliche, like on my holiday, day one, Steve, the house is burnt down. I was like, what the fuck? I was
on one day.
Yeah, one day, right? Anyway, they go in, literally, the cleaner, she opens the back door, there's still flames going up from all the fire department ain't even got there yet.
Oh,
there's flames across all the fences, because all the houses are backed onto each other.
So what happened? The neighbour had a barbecue.
Neighbour opposite, right, had a barbecue
and just lit the whole fence.
The whole thing just went up, right? Now, we worked on a house before, when we were roofing.
Yeah.
But everyone's gutters had melted off.
Yeah, the windows.
Because it was like, all the houses were like this. This was all the garden. Say this is all the garden. All the houses were round like this. Yeah. So it's made this little heat cauldron where all the house just started melting in there, and it was mad. But we just didn't slow us down.
When you showed me that picture of the fence burned down, my instant reaction was, "Oh my god, I've got to pay for that." I don't know any carpenters in Swindon, and I don't even know where the house is. I've never been there. I know the address. I've never visited the house. Yeah. But you were like, "No, we'll sort it out," and I was like, "Well, we'll sort it out. It's part of our job, like for you, part of our service." And I was like, "Well, how much have I got to pay?" You said, "No, the neighbours are paying." I was like, okay. Because when you showed me that picture instantly, I thought, oh my god, I need to get down there.
Stressed,
I need to send the carpenter, I need to get a quote, it's going to cost me a grand or whatever. And it was just like, no, bro, we got it. Like,
it was good.
Happy days.
Sweet.
Sweet.
No worries.
But my instant reaction was just panic.
Stress.
Oh my god.
You would do though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, mine was a little bit stressed as well. When I first saw it, I was a bit like, oh dear, what have we done here? But no, it wasn't too bad because it's from.
But how quick was it done?
It literally.
It was very quick, wasn't it?
Really, the fire was all put out. To be fair, our bit weren't too bad. The bit of the windows melted, a few gutters was melted.
Yeah, a bit of
fence had burnt down. They replaced the fence within a week. By that point, we had our first guest going in, so the fence was all sorted. The windows needed doing, but it didn't affect the inside of the property or anything like that. So the guests were sweet. And then, as and when, we've had these bookings in for months now, the same guys. I just ring them and say, oh, the scaffolding's going up, they're doing the windows today. And they're just like, yeah, no worries, we're at work all day anyway. And then by the time they get back, they're gone anyway.
And what I like is I don't even need to know none of this. Like, I don't know there's people going right through the windows. I don't know nothing. Like, all I know is you're just sending me 1,600 quid a month. That's all I know. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, and I think that's good as well because you haven't got trigger happy and gone, oh, it's absolutely smashed it. They'll all work on that.
Let's have 10 more.
I'll have 10. You've got to actually no wait because we're coming up to the end of the year now. Things are slowing down. It might, starting a new property now potentially could be a bit risky because it won't get booked maybe in January straight away. Yeah. So you're going to have to pay that first. Definitely probably going to be a loss that first month.
Well, I'm expecting January to be empty.
Yeah.
But I have already got a 2-day booking, I think.
That just goes over into the new year.
So even if we get another booking, I think I worked it out. We need a booking of 10 days to break even, is it? Or 12
Something
days?
like that, yeah.
Something like that.
And you'd be
so
sweet.
Possibly we would break even, but I'm expecting a loss. Like if there's a loss, no problem. I've accounted for it. Like I've counted money back.
Well, that's smart, and this is what I mean. This is what a lot of people wrong with. I think a lot of people's mindset. I blame people that are selling like courses and stuff, and people that are just selling it as a dream because it's not normal to make 1,500 quid a month from it. It's not normal to not make a loss in your first few months.
Yeah, you've got to take them into account.
This is a highlight.
I think when you sold me the deal and we discussed it, we come to a conclusion of an average of about £700-800 a month, is it? Something like that. And I was happy with that. Like. But it's been 20
and now it's just double. For what?
But then I've got other 3 beds out there that are 1,400 rent,
Down toilet quick.
We'll take a little pause.
There, absolute toilet quick.
So where was we? Because I was about to say something really important.
Sorry, I
basically,
it's not normal. It's the mindset of people,
Yeah.
right? And it's not normal to think that it's going to do that. I think it's courses. A lot of people are pretending and making it look like you're going to be rich overnight and all the rest of it. When I don't think that is the case at all. I think you took a risk and it paid off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think because other people, they go into it and they think, right, I'm going to get this flat. It's £1,000 a month. I'm going to rent it out for £150 a night, and then I'm going to make £2.5 grand. But like, where are they getting the business from? You know, what's in the area? Like, I know, you know, it's next to a bike track and it's round the corner from a concert hall. But they, you know, but with the way you do it, you aim at contractors, and those bookings are for months at a time.
Yeah,
like, so
it's so much better.
Yeah, I wouldn't, because I call it a holiday let, because technically it's a holiday let, isn't it? Like,
it is. Yeah.
But it's not for people on holidays.
Well, no, we don't.
It's a contractor let, really.
Yeah, because people doing the holiday, it's different ballgame. Yeah, because the people want such a higher level service, whereas this is like, once they're in and they're happy and they've got Wi-Fi, a clean bed, they don't care.
And like I was saying as well, the good thing is, like,
they're 3-4 star properties. They're not 5 stars. We don't pretend to be.
No,
we're 3 star, and that's what you get. You pay for it.
And they've got everything in there, haven't they? All the furniture, everything's like a fully furnished house, like a normal person lives in. Washing machine, cooker, kettle, toaster, everything. Yeah. But that all belongs to me, doesn't it? So
100%.
Even though I put money up front for that, that's not a lost money. That's an asset. I can take that to my next property,
or furnishing, new house, or if we say the deal comes to an end, we'll get another deal and move the furniture, and then you have to pay.
Because part of me thought about these essays as well. It's like, I would love to live abroad and stuff, and then where would me and my family stay when we come back? And I thought, we could stay in this property, but it makes so much money that I think I would lose money. So it'd be cheaper for us to stay
rent another house. You could rent another house.
Yeah, it'd be cheaper. Like,
it'd be cheaper and still make money on it. Like literally, but it's good. But like I was saying, that's what I was going to say. I have another 3-bedroom that's £1,400 a month, got parking, furnished just like yours, right? Nothing different really. But again, that one come on a month after yours. The first month was a bit of a loss.
I think you tried to sell me this one.
Probably, you're doing so well with this one. I was like, but and then it's building up, and now I think it's starting to generate the money we expect. But now we're at Christmas and January, so it's going to take another.
It always dips, yeah.
But it's 3 years,
and usually April can go either way. Because either everybody spent all their money and they're waiting for the next budget, or they've got money left in their budget and they want to blow it. Because say a council in a certain area or a business or a company gets a budget of X amount and they don't spend it, next year's budget will be lower. So what they do, they just waste it on stupid things, don't they? So April can go either way. But I was expecting 2 dips. January for Christmas. Well, Christmas and January, and then maybe an April dip, possibly.
Now, the thing I think as well with property, I think if you're buying a property and you own it, then it's a safe investment, even if it doesn't rent for as much as you want or whatever, because you've got the equity in it and it's a rising in value, whatever. It's a safe bet. Rent to rent, I think people think because it's property, it's definitely safe. This isn't. I don't think this is just. You're not buying it. It's a gamble. It's still a bit risky, very risky.
Yeah. It is a lot lower
income cost.
Level.
Exactly. So there's a bit of both for each side of the flip of the coin, really. But I think if you get it right, and I think we have got it about right with SA, because we're not. The contractors are easier. Do you know what I mean?
And it's good that we're focused on that one thing as well. It's not like
we know all the agents. We're in the studio of one of the owners of one of the biggest agencies in Swindon. He said, use it when you like. You know what I mean? Like, we built this little network of this great team. I mean, shout out Charles Arden for the space.
Charles Arden, thank you.
What I was going to say, I like about the contractor model as well, is like, this Honda factory's got 5 years work, So at the moment, the ground workers are staying in my property, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then the next people are going to be the steel erectors, then the cladders, then the block breakers, and then the painters, then the lackeys, then the plumbers, then this, then the clad. It's just one after the other.
Yeah. But then even when that's all done and it's all built, we're then going to have so much, the amount of businesses that are going to be moving into that space. Right, and people flying over from other countries to stay here and manage it for a few weeks. It's mental. That site that they're building, that's where they're going to start building the drones for the British Army as well. which is a German company, right? So there's going to be people coming over for that as well. Like, you know, it's just going to be
ongoing.
Because I've known companies in the past to rent an Airbnb for a whole year. Just book it for a whole year and put whoever they need to put in there for the year. Like.
That's what will happen.
Because even though it's an astronomical cost compared to a rented house, they can't really sign a tenancy agreement because it's a company that so
one of our 5-bed properties is booked. It was originally booked for 6 months. It then got booked for 24 months.
Yes.
And then they've just extended for another year.
Right.
She put in 15 grand to set it up, deposit, sourcing fee, everything. We worked out she gets 45 grand back.
That's mental.
Right, and I was speaking to her yesterday. I think she'd be the next one to come have a chat with her, actually, but she was going through a lot of problems at the time with other projects and people had ripped her off and all the rest of it. But she said the one thing that stopped her from going bankrupt was that £1,500 a month she was making off that property that managed to keep her just afloat. And now she managed to refinance, she's back on the right path and she's smashing it again. Yeah. But like, if she didn't take that risk, you didn't take that risk, you wouldn't have known that it could happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is why I spread myself across multiple streams of income, because obviously, like, I got buy-to-lets, which are flats, buy-to-lets, which are houses. They're in different areas. Because say they were all in one area, and then that area plummeted or something, then I lose it all. So they're all in different areas. Some are flats, some are houses. Then obviously they're buy-to-lets, and then the one I go with you is a serviced accommodation, and then I also do my job as well. So I've got a lot of safety nets. If one fails, the other.
That's good. It's set up quite well.
Whereas if all my income was just one thing and then it goes bust, it's gone. So multiple streams of income are really important. Like,
what's your goals for next year then?
We've got 17 minutes.
Yeah, we're wrapping up now.
So
what's your 2026? I'll ask you both. What's your goal?
So dream-wise, I'd love to have another 10 of these, exactly like this, and then I'll be on 16 grand a month.
There you go.
But realistically, I think we're probably going to work towards 2.
Yep.
2 more through you.
Yep.
Possibly 3. So we'll probably get one set up in February.
Yep.
See how that one goes. March, April, May. Then maybe May, June, another one.
Before, and then until the same point.
Yeah. So I'd say another 2 definitely next year. A maximum of 3.
And elsewhere in property, other stuff? Are you looking at things or scaling up your rubbish collection? Or
no, I'm scaling that down. I'm sick of being a waste man. I would like to own more properties, but I think this has caught my eye a little bit, so we'll see how this goes,
Where can people find you if they want to follow what you're up to?
Or if they want some rubbish collected. On Facebook.
Facebook, Robin Hood. We'll tag it anyway.
I walk around Newport and people go, oh, you're Robin Hood. And I'm like, yeah. They're like,
from Facebook?
You're the waste man. You do my mum's bins. Property
Millionaire.
But I even turned up at a property event, Harvey Bow, South Wales property event, and somebody there said, you're Robin Hood, the bin man.
No way. So you've already got your name for that everywhere.
Yeah, because I do jobs for landlords and stuff. Like, you know, sometimes the tenant hasn't put the bins out, or they've left a bit of rubbish when they've moved out, or they got a new tenant. So I do a lot of work for landlords, and some of them I've turned up for their rubbish, and they're like, you're Robin Hood. You're a property investor. I seen you at the so-and-so meeting. I was like, it's like I'm living a double life, isn't it?
It's good. That's the key about networking with people, though, and like always being polite and just having that general conversation with people does go far in every element.
It's being nice. We always say it, like just being nice to people.
Yeah.
Anyone, like that being nice will get you so far in life.
It's really important to be humble, like. So I would say 99.9% of property investors I've met are millionaires or multi-millionaires. I know hundreds of properties, some of them, and to look at them, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know.
It's humble down to
they just pull up in a like X-Red Vectra, like, and then you start speaking to him, and he owns 4 hotels and 100 flats. Where's your Range Rover?
That's funny you say that, actually. So you've just had a kid?
Yep, I've just had a kid.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's your plan now? You're kind of back out of deal sourcing now. What's your plan for 2026?
So for 2026, what I ideally want to do, so I'll probably forever be sourcing. I bloody love it. I talk to people every day. Like, it's just what I do now. Like, I feel like it's all come natural now from roofing to this.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've always been quite talkative anyway. So like throughout the
That's
whole
why
time.
I always thought you'd be really good at it.
Yeah.
And you are. So.
Yeah, you've got the gift of the gab.
Yeah, 100%.
You gave me that opportunity and that was it. And then I was like, right, Steve, I'm moving up to Swindon, mate. I'm leaving my life in Essex and I'm coming like 2.5 hours away. All my family's down and everything. I was like, no, I'm doing it, mate.
Do you live here now, do you?
Yeah, I live here.
And your girlfriend is...
Well, she's living there, but I'm in a flat at the moment, and obviously where we got the baby, she sort of wants to be with her mum at the moment because she's just had the baby. So, but I'm hopefully within the next year moving into a house, like a 2-bed house, and then me and my girlfriend can move in with the baby. But for what I actually want to achieve for next year, so I want to get a load of rent-to-rents myself, I think. I'll have a load of joint ventures, we will, I think. And then also I'm looking to go into sort of other deals like BRR deals, purchase deals, and land development. That is what I want to do, procure land.
Finding land for developers.
Finding land for developers, because I've sort of been...
Trying to do that.
Big money in that.
Big money. We've been doing it so far, haven't we?
We've been really, really trying. And there's a bit of land that was on the market, but the owners were nowhere to be found. But you was like knocking on people's doors.
Yeah, this was so...
And he finally got it, just by knocking on everyone's door.
This is somewhere in Essex, and I had to do my research and everything. So in Essex, Thurrock especially, like they're looking to council are looking favourably upon planning in the area because they're actually in debt. So they have to build. I think they're looking to
build a certain amount of houses.
Yeah, it's just over 1,000 in a year. Yeah. They want to get more properties in the area. So obviously, I've been doing my research. There's one bit of land, and there was a dispute between the original landowner. Like he passed away, unfortunately, and then he gave the land to the carer. All the family members come along, and there's always a dispute.
There's always an argument when it comes to money.
About something, and so then I found this all out by the neighbours, so I went to the piece of land myself. I actually went on there, hoping that some farmer would come along with a shotgun and say, get off my land.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, I just want to buy it.
The man I was looking for.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Yeah. But I'd advise that, don't go onto other people's land. And then, obviously, so I spoke to all the neighbours. I was there till like 8 o'clock at night, just having about 10-minute conversation with each neighbour, just trying to find out as much as possible. And a lot of them was like, oh, well, we don't really want this land built on, which is understandable because they want that view and stuff. Yeah. But obviously there's already people trying to do it. So if it ain't me doing it, someone else is going to do it anyway. So I might as well take the opportunity.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I actually wrote, I had my notepad, had my pen, I just wrote a little note and everything, like put all my details on there, posted it in the house. The house looked derelict. The front door was like half off and everything. Like it looked like it weren't even, like no one's living in there or anything. So I thought, well, this is my only shot. So after going land registry, searching all the details of who was the owners and stuff, trying to contact people all over Facebook, ringing people every day, I put the post, like the little note in the post. And then just, I think it was 3 or 4 days after my son was born in the hospital, the guy rang me, the owner. I was like, oh, hello, mate. And then the person next door, and because it's sort of like, you've got like 5 people in the room.
Yeah.
So people next door was like, keep it down, like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, sorry. So I just got out in the corridor. Oh, wait, yeah, so I'm looking to...
I'll buy your land.
Yeah, I'll buy your land. He actually searched me up on Company's House, and obviously I've only been doing this for a year. So he was like, listen, like, I've got other developers that I can work with. Like, why am I going to go with you? And I was like...
What did I say to you when you asked... You said, Steve, he said, I'm only a year-old company. What should I do? And I said, just be honest.
Yeah.
Say, give me a chance.
Yeah, literally. And I took your advice, and I said, listen, like, I know I've only been working a year. We've sort of been working on other land developments and stuff up here anyway. So I thought we're sort of waiting for something else to go through that we've been working with, sorry. And then I was like, it'd be nice to have the chance. Like, I'm obviously sort of new to this, but I'm looking for that opportunity for you to give it to me. Like, I want to give.
Yeah, you're basically saying, give me a chance. I know I'm young, I know I'm new. Appealing to the side of going, do you know what? Maybe whenever I was younger, someone gave me a chance, I would go and do it. And that's kind of what I said. You went and done that, and I think he actually took it really well.
Yeah, because I think the note and everything, like, he must have put it all together and thought, like, wow, like, he's actually trying to do it.
We'll see. I hope, fingers crossed, that happens.
Going back to power teams as well, because you've only been doing it yourself a year, but your power team beyond you have been doing it for
there you go. That's what I mean. So it's literally...
That's what I mean. That's incredible, isn't it? You just get one accountant that's been doing it for donkeys, and then suddenly... You gain that experience.
Yeah.
It's a great thing about power teams.
It is. I think that's what gets you far. A lot of people say, "Oh, you become billionaire or millionaire by yourself," but it's not that. That's not the case. You've got to have a team. If you've got a team to get you through the highs and lows, like, you'll always win. You will always win. There's no losing if you've got that team to help you through every problem that you come across. Like, you should tackle it. Yeah, you can't. You can't.
What was the numbers on that one then?
Well, so this piece of land.
How much did he want for it? It's like,
well, the thing is, he weren't really giving no prices out yet because they're still waiting for the court to go through. But I looked in the area, and obviously there was a piece of land for 1.25 mil, and that was around the corner, and that's already been sold off and ready for development. Yeah. And this was 8 acres, so to my guess, it'd probably be like up to 9 mil. For this big piece of land.
Yeah, but
which might be a good one.
There's no planning permission on it yet.
Land without planning,
there was
just a garden.
There
was planning, it lapsed. But the thing is, land without planning,
you can get it again.
It's a garden. It's not worth the millions yet because it hasn't got the planning. Whereas when it gets planning, that's when the money's really made.
And something that I've learned is, obviously, you want to look at the land anyway. Yeah, you can look and see if it's just a plain piece of land, but this used to be an old pig farm, and it's got utilities. It's had buildings on there. I've literally dove so deep. I was up, like, just before he was born, my boy. Just before he was here, I was out, I was just gone. The missus is at home pregnant, and I'm like, Holly, I need to do this. I need to go out there. I need to find these pieces of land. And, like, I managed to obviously find out all the details about it by speaking to people as well. But even the fact of just going out and doing it, all the opportunity comes to you anyway. You've just got to be there at the right time, at the right place, and it all just falls into place. So,
well, I think that concludes it, really.
Yeah.
I want to add one thing.
Go on.
I think one of the most important people in my power team has been a good solicitor.
Yeah.
Definitely. I use Amy Hughes from Hannah Haywood because I've used a few before her, mate. Were absolutely shocking, and they just cause a lot of delays.
Yeah.
But she's absolutely amazing because if she gets a question in from the seller or the bank, the mortgage company or anything, she'll message me straight away and tell me she's emailed me something. I'll go straight into the documents, sign them off and send them straight back to her, tell her, and then she tells me. She's been amazing. But other solicitors I've had in the past, it's just like something that takes 5 minutes on the phone would take a week. Like.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's about having that team around you that really are eager to do their job.
The main person who basically decides the speed of the transaction of buying and selling a property and remortgaging is the solicitor. So to me, she's one of the most important.
There's a couple more things. There's a few more questions. Would you recommend people to reach out if they're struggling to start in terms of service accommodation, to reach out to us?
To gain knowledge from you, 100%.
Okay.
To buy deals from you, no. Because I want them all for myself. Straight up.
You're only allowed the knowledge.
Yeah. What knowledge, but the deal's mine.
What would you say to someone sitting on the fence who's thinking about it?
Do you still do discovery days?
We will be doing one. Yeah.
So I'd either say, come along to one of your discovery days, because that was amazing. You just taught me the inside out of rent service accommodation in a day, basically. Yeah, because you had all sorts here. You had estate agents there, agents there. Did you have a mortgage guy there? Or people with knowledge of mortgages?
Yeah. But we had agents that were saying no to us when we were calling them, asking for properties. They were coming.
I was actually on the phone to one of them, and she
showed up.
I was like, oh, hello.
I think if I weren't for that discovery day, I would still be on the fence now. Because I come along and I met you guys, and then we We just built a friendship first, didn't we? We started just getting to know each other.
And I come down and met you first before we even done anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then you started sending me deals, and I just have a quick look at them and stuff. And then it just come a time where I thought, right, you know, I know this works. I know it's real.
It's gonna happen.
I know it's true. We just let's get on with it. Like.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 4 questions that I ask one of you both, quick answers. Try and do it in a sentence. What's the best advice you've heard this year about property?
That's a tough one. So I get a lot of good advice.
What was could be for anything really. Self-accommodation. You can take a while, by the way. It can be cut out, so it's fine.
That's a really hard one.
Okay, I'll let you think about it.
That's hard because I get a lot of good advice. Like,
Yeah.
What's the best advice you've heard this year about property?
I would say, take the risk now, sort the problems out later.
Say yes, worry about it later.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you've had all the advice this year because you only started this year.
It's only been this
It's only
year.
been this year. Biggest advice?
well, I remember you told me I'm better off using you as the management service
Yeah.
and just let you take care
Let
of
it
everything and
take it.
sit back and let the money
Yeah,
roll
instead
in.
of trying to.
And you 1,000,000% told the truth, like. So that's the best advice I've had this year from you or anyone, like.
Yeah.
What do you think it is about people that are beginners getting it wrong about property?
They're just choosing the wrong properties in the wrong areas and stuff.
Yeah, wrong teams maybe.
Yeah, wrong teams. They haven't got a power team, no knowledge behind them. Just seen something on YouTube, like, I think.
And then they give it a go.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people who've tried service accommodation and it didn't work, but
But that's it.
it's just the wrong market, like.
And they haven't gone and got the education or whatever, or talked to someone who's doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What about you? What do you think?
Well,
What do beginners get wrong every time?
Well, what do they get wrong every time?
Yeah, say within sourcing, because that's mainly what you do. What do you think a beginner gets wrong?
Chasing up.
Yeah,
And that is, they don't chase up. That is the most important thing to do, is to chase up, even if you're in between a deal and you've got another source that you're working with, an investor. You've got to constantly chase up with the pair of them, because if you don't, you'll lose the deal. So you've just
the
got
money's
to
in
be...
the follow-up.
Yeah, in the
I
follow-up.
followed Robin up for a long time.
That was a long follow-up.
I'm joking. That was different. That was different.
Yeah, I feel like...
I think we spoke to each other every day for months.
We
didn't
did. Yeah, it was very
We
different.
drifted away from actually property.
Property,
Yeah, it was more just
Become
about
mixed,
other stuff we were doing. If you lost it all tomorrow, how would you start again?
I'd do exactly what I'd done last time. I got the knowledge now, haven't I?
Yeah.
It's like once you know how to build a house,
You can do it.
if that house falls down in a storm, you know how to rebuild it, and
Yeah.
you've built it before.
Yeah.
So I think I'd be alright, to be honest. I'm just going to carry on building what I've got.
You've already done.
But if I had to start from scratch, I could do it again, because I know how to do it.
Well, you've already explained how you've done it, so we
And I'll
already
do it
know that.
faster next time.
Because you learn.
Yeah, you'd probably be at more properties.
I've made every mistake in the book, but I made it on the first 2 properties. So I haven't made those mistakes again. So I learned valuable lessons early on that cost me a lot of money.
And
when,
time.
when things cost you money, it sinks in better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
It
mean?
hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
It
more,
hurts
so
everything. Your pocket and your head.
everything that could go wrong went wrong in those first 2 properties, and now I protect myself against that ever happening again. Like so.
If you lost it all tomorrow, how would you start again?
I'd definitely be in sales. I'm not going back on the roof again. Never again. I'm not doing that. Actually, you know what? I probably would. For like a weekend or something like that. Just for fun.
Just for a bit of banter,
Yeah.
and then get back into what?
Yeah.
Anything sales, where you can
Anything
make
sales.
money,
Yeah.
commission, that
I
kind
think
of thing.
I'd rather only commission only.
Smash that, so it'd be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
And the last one, I guess it doesn't really. What's one truth about service accommodation no one wants to admit? That's a tough one as well. I don't know what I was.
Well, there's always a risk. That's the one truth, is that there is always a risk.
Yeah, you could have an ideal property, it ticks all the boxes, but it could still just not get booked
Yeah.
and still not perform as you expect because it is a risk. Yeah, I'd agree.
I'll answer that towards the non-believers.
Yeah,
They
go
won't
on.
want to hear this.
Yeah.
It does work. With the right property, in the right area, with the right power team, the right people managing it for you, it does work.
Yeah, and you're living proof of that.
It doesn't work everywhere, you know, because I know people who've got like flats in city centres and they can go for like £200 a night, but only on a Friday and Saturday, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only on a Friday and
This is
Saturday. What about
easy.
the rest of the week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they lose money. They're fully booked every weekend. There's nothing in the week, and So I'm not saying it works everywhere, but like I said, the right property in the right area with the right power team and the right management company, it does work.
You heard it here first. Robin O, pleasure, bro. Thank you.
Thanks for coming down, mate.
An absolute legend. I appreciate it coming down. But we'll tag everyone down below. Robin's got a few people to chase up with to tag whilst he thinks who it is. Louis, you already know who he is, so give him a follow. And hopefully we'll do some more videos like this.
Oh yeah, 100%. Sweet.
Yeah. The world is so small till it ain't. Yeah. I'm building up a wall till it break. She hate it when I call and it's late. I don't wanna keep you waiting. I hope